ओके, सो वी डन ऑल डी ब्लॉक के सारे जितने भी प्रॉपर्टीज थे वो सारे हमने ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर लिए हैं. अलॉय मेकिंग, कलर्ड कंपाउंड्स, कॉम्प्लेक्स फॉर्मेशन, रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल्स और ऑक्सीडाइजिंग प्रॉपर्टीज क्या होती है उसकी, एटॉमिक साइजेस किस तरह से वेरी करते हैं, आयनाइजेशन एनर्जीज किस तरह से वेरी करते हैं. सो ऑल वी हैव डन एंड वी केम टू अ कंक्लूजन कि जो उसकी प्रॉपर्टीज है वो सारी की सारी दो मेन चीजों पे डिपेंड करती है. नंबर वन, द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिगरेशन, एंड नंबर टू, द नंबर ऑफ अनपेयर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स व्हिच आर गोइंग टू बी प्रेजेंट इन द वैलेंस चेन. ठीक है, तो उसी के बेसिस पे ऑल द प्रॉपर्टीज वी हैव डिस्कस. Now in your syllabus there are two important compounds which we are going to discuss today. One which is potassium permanganate, KMnO4, which is used as a titrating agent and also an oxidizing agent, and it has a very peculiar property of intense violet color. ठीक है, और सेकेंड जो हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे दैट इज पोटेशियम डाइक्रोमेट K2Cr2O7. दैट इज आल्सो यूज्ड एज एन इंडिकेटर एंड इट इज आल्सो यूज्ड एज अगेन एन ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट. राइट, सो जस्ट वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस दीज टू कंपाउंड्स, क्या क्या उसके प्रॉपर्टीज हैं, क्या उसके स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं, कैसे हम उसको प्रिपेयर करते हैं. But before that, we just go to an introduction over here, some important compounds of D block. The first one which we are going to do is oxides and oxaanions of metals. Oxides and oxaanions of metals. Now over here, transition metals, they are going to generally react with oxygen at high temperatures. Low temperatures पे react नहीं करते हैं, they are going to react at high temperatures. ठीक है, and there are number of oxides which are formed of the type MO. M over here is going to be the transition metal. Then we have M2O3, then we have M3O4, we have MO2 metal dioxides, and then we have M2O5 and MO3 in various different oxidation states. So these are the type of oxides which the transition metals they are going to make. Now these oxides, they have all type of characters. They may be acidic, they may be basic, ठीक है, and they may also be amphoteric. So they show all three types of characteristics over here. They may be acidic, basic or amphoteric. Right? Now all the metals except scandium, all the metals except scandium, they are going to form metal oxides of the type MO, which are all going to be ionic in nature. ठीक है, so MO बनाते हैं जो सारे के सारे ionic है, और oxidation state जो उनकी है that will keep on increasing and hence the ionic character will also keep on increasing. So they form oxides of the type MO except scandium, जहाँ पे they all are ionic character. As the oxidation number will increase, the ionic character will also increase. ठीक है, now over here we say that oxides of higher oxidation states, oxides of higher oxidation states, they are going to be acidic. As for example, if we are taking oxides of chromium, so अगर यहाँ पे हम लोग chromium oxide ले रहे हैं, the oxidation state of chromium that is going to be +2 over here. This is going to be basic in nature. ठीक है, then if we go on to chromium trioxide, Cr2O3, the oxidation state of chromium in this case that is going to be +3. ठीक है, and if you are taking CrO2, the oxidation state is +4. Both of these they behave as amphoteric oxides. Whereas when we are taking CrO3 with +6 oxidation state, this is going to be acidic in nature. ठीक है? Is it clear? So जैसे जैसे ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर बढ़ता रहेगा वैसे वैसे हम लोग बेसिक से एसिडिक कैरेक्टर की तरफ को जाते रहेंगे. Then when we are talking of manganese, so let's just look at the behavior of oxides of manganese over here. Manganese forms the following oxides. We have manganese oxide, we have Mn2O3, ठीक है. Then we have MnO2, Mn3O4, ठीक है. And then there is another one which is Mn2O7. So if you're looking at the oxidation states of all of these, in this case the oxidation state that is going to be +4, ठीक है. Sorry, +2. Oxidation state that is going to be +2. Over here when we are going, the oxidation state goes to +3. यहाँ पे +4 और यहाँ पे it is going to be fractional, which is 3/8, right? And over here the oxidation state that is going to be +7. So we are moving from +2 to +7 over here. The lower oxidation states, that is MnO and Mn2O3, that is going to be basic in nature, right? फिर उसके बाद जो higher oxidation states आ रहे हैं, that is MnO2 and MnO3, these are going to be amphoteric, and the highest one with +7 oxidation state, that is going to be acidic. Okay, and we've already studied why manganese forms so many oxides in different oxidation states. That is because it has a tendency to form multiple bonds with oxygen. तो इस करके वो +7 oxidation state में भी show कर रहा है. Then we come to, when we talking of the oxides, what happens to the reducing character? Okay, जब हम reducing character करते हैं तो transition series में +2 oxidation state keeps on becoming more and more stable. जो +2 oxidation state है, that we एक transition series में अगर हम लोग 3D series में move कर रहे हैं from scandium right up to zinc, it is seen that the +2 oxidation state that is going to become more and more stable. ठीक है. Therefore their reducing character that is going to increase. Why? Because they're present in higher oxidation states, right? So if you're looking at manganese over here also, it's present at +7 oxidation state. So it has a tendency to convert into Mn2 positive. Therefore their reducing character will keep on increasing. The reducing character that will keep on increasing, and as we move down the group, the higher oxidation state becomes more stable. Right? So if the higher oxidation state that is becoming more stable, so in that case what will happen? The reducing character that will keep on decreasing. अगर हम along the series जाते हैं तो reducing character increase होता रहेगा. अगर हम down the group जाएंगे, that means we are moving from 3D to 4D to 5D to 6D. The reducing character that will keep on decreasing because the higher oxidation state that is becoming more stable. Right? Then we go on to the first compound, which is potassium dichromate. Next, which we are going to discuss, that is the first compound, potassium dichromate, having the formula K2Cr2O7, right? Potassium dichromate that is prepared from chromite ore. That is going to be prepared from chromite ore. Chromite ore is an ore of iron with the formula FeCr2O4. There are 3 steps to the preparation. The first step is we are going to react the chromite ore with an alkali. So we are going to take a strong alkali over here. We are taking sodium hydroxide, and the reaction that takes place in presence of oxygen to convert the chromite ore into sodium chromate. So we have Na2CrO4. This is sodium chromate plus eight of this, okay, and plus we are going to get 8H2O. This is the first step. In the second step, जो हमारे पास सोडियम क्रोमेट बना है उसको हम एसिडिफाई करेंगे to convert it into sodium dichromate, right? So we are going to react this with H2SO4, acidifying the solution that is going to give us sodium dichromate, which is Na2Cr2O7. Okay, so यहाँ पे we are changing the oxidation state of CrO4, right? And we are getting plus water. अब ये जो सोडियम डाइक्रोमेट हमारे पास बना है, इसका हम हॉट कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड सॉल्यूशन लेते हैं इन द थर्ड स्टेप. Hot concentrated solution of sodium dichromate plus potassium chloride to give us potassium dichromate. ठीक है? Plus 2 NaCl. So this is how the preparation that is done. Okay, now sodium chloride over here, that is going to be less soluble. So that is going to remain back in the solution, and crystals of K2Cr2O7. The color of the crystals over here, they are orange crystals, they are settled down. ठीक है? Then let's go on to the properties. जब हम लोग इसकी properties करते हैं, इसकी सबसे important properties is its oxidizing nature. However, when we talking of potassium dichromate, it is seen that they have orange red color. So they are crystals of orange reddish color. ठीक है? Orange red crystals. They are moderately soluble in cold water. They are going to be moderately soluble in cold water, but readily soluble in hot water. They are going to be readily soluble in hot water. Now, it is seen that there are two types of ions which are present over here and which are interconvertible to one another. One is the dichromate ion, which is Cr2O72 negative. This is the dichromate ion, and we have the chromate ion, which is CrO42 negative. Both of them, they are going to exist in equilibrium with each other at a pH of 4. ठीक है? So जब हम pH इसका 4 करते हैं, so they both are going to be in equilibrium with each other, such that the dichromate ion that dissolves in water at a pH of 4 to convert it into CrO42 negative. And when the pH that becomes greater than 4, it comes back into the orange crystals. So the color of this dichromate ion, that is going to be orange, and that of chromate ion is yellow. यहाँ पे अगर आप देखो इसको बैलेंस इक्वेशन को, वी आर गोइंग टू गेट ओवर हियर प्लस 2H पॉजिटिव. ठीक है. सो व्हाट कैन यू सी फ्रॉम हियर कि अगर हम लोग इसमें येलो कलर में एसिड डालेंगे तो इट विल गेट कन्वर्टेड इनटू ऑरेंज डाइक्रोमेट, और अगर हम ऑरेंज कलर में बेस डालेंगे तो इट विल बिकम इक्वल टू क्रोमेट. सो व्हेनेवर एन अल्कली इज गोइंग टू बी एडेड, OH नेगेटिव आयंस क्या करेंगे, दे आर गोइंग टू कंबाइन विद दीस H पॉजिटिव एंड न्यूट्रलाइज एंड ब्रिंग डाउन द pH to 4. ठीक है, sorry, increase the pH above 4. So if it increases the pH above 4, they are going to be converted into orange. And whenever an acid is going to be added over here, the forward reaction that will take place. So on addition of alkali, we get orange color, and on addition of an acid, we are going to get yellow color. ठीक है? So in alkaline solution, chromate ions are present. And in acidic solution, dichromate ions are present. Have you understood? What are we saying over here? That in alkaline solution, we get chromate ions, and in acidic solution, we are going to get dichromate ions. Is it clear? Now इसकी जो सबसे important properties है, they are the oxidizing properties. So we are going to understand these oxidizing properties on the basis of redox reactions, which you've done in क्या कहते हैं class 11. So oxidizing में redox reactions में we are going to consider the half reactions of both the dichromate and that of the other one, जिसको भी आपने oxidize करना है. तो यहाँ पे you have to remember that the dichromate ion that is going to get reduced, reduction of dichromate ion that is going to take place. So if you're taking over here the half reaction, reduction half reaction, we have K2Cr2O7. ठीक है? This is going to dissociate into 2K positive plus Cr2O7 2 negative. So we are only going to consider the ionic reactions over here. Reduction half reaction is going to remain same. In this case, the reduction half reaction that is going to take place in acidic medium. ठीक है? So हम सिर्फ इसकी reduction देख रहे हैं. We don't want to take this forward. Reduction जब हम Cr2O7 की देखते हैं, so how are we going to explain this? That Cr2O7 2 negative that gets converted into 2Cr3 positive. When we are looking at the oxidation number of chromium over here, the oxidation number that comes to plus 6. 7 2s are 14. 14 minus 2 is 12. 12 divided by 2, that is going to be plus 6. So plus 6 से plus 3 जा रही है, तो कितना change in oxidation number 3, right? Plus 6 to plus 3 means there is going to be 3 electrons added. But as there are 2 atoms of chromium, so 2 into 3 becomes 6, right? So over here, the 6 electrons will be added to this such that it gets converted to C2Cr3 positive. Then you balance the oxygen. यहाँ पे 7 oxygen है. Oxygen is balanced by adding water on the other side, right? And then finally balance the hydrogen. 2 7s are 14. Because it is acidic medium, so hydrogen that is going to be 14H positive. Now this also helps us to calculate the equivalent weight of potassium dichromate. That will be equal to molar mass upon number of exchange which is equal to 6. ठीक है, अब मोलर मास जो इसका होता है that is 294. So equivalent mass will be 294 divided by 6. That comes to 49. The equivalent weight of potassium dichromate that is going to be taken as 49. So this half reaction which we have discussed over here, that will be used in all of the oxidizing properties. Let's see how do we balance these reactions. The first one is I negative to I2. Okay, so अगर आप I negative to I2 कर रहे हो, let's do the oxidation half reaction over here. We have I negative to I2. So -1 oxidation state से 0 जा रहा है. That means how many electron exchange? 1. But there are 2 iodine present over here. So how many electron exchange are going to take place? 2. So 2 means -2 electrons because इसकी oxidation हो रही है. Half reaction उसकी लिखो आप. We have Cr2O7 2 negative plus 14H positive plus 6 electrons to give us 2Cr3 positive plus 7H2O. In the overall reaction, we need to, you can say, balance the number of electrons. ठीक है? अब यहाँ पे 2 electrons exchange है, यहाँ पे 6 electron exchange है, तो ये 3 electron exchange हो गया. So you multiply this equation by 3. What is going to be the overall reaction over here? We have 3 2s are 6 iodine plus Cr2O7 2 negative plus 14H positive to give us 3I2 plus 2Cr3 positive plus 7H2O. So this is the balanced equation. In any balanced equation, your number of charges should also be balanced. If finally the number of charges are not balanced, that means you're doing some mistake somewhere. अब यहाँ पे अगर आप left hand side पे देखोगे तो there are 14 positive and 6 and 2, 8 negative. तो 14 minus 8 is 6 positive charges, and in this case 2 3s are 6 positive charges. Both sides the number of charges they are equivalent. Therefore, this is the correct reaction. ठीक है, उसी तरह से सेकेंड जो ऑक्सीडेशन है that is Fe2 positive to Fe3 positive, ferrous to ferric. So first you will write down the oxidation half reaction to Fe3 positive. How many electron exchange is taking place? 1. So there is going to be -1 electron. Then again the half reaction we have is Cr2O7 2 negative plus 14H positive plus 6 electrons to give us 2Cr3 positive plus 7H2O. So plus 6 और यहाँ पे भी हमको 6 electrons चाहिए, इसको हम 6 के साथ multiply करेंगे. So what is going to be our overall reaction now? We have 6 Fe2 positive plus Cr2O7 2 negative plus 14H positive, and electrons get cancelled. 6 Fe3 positive plus 2 Cr3 positive plus 7H2O. Got it? So in a similar manner, you are going to try on your own a few other oxidizing reactions. The third reaction over here is sulfite to sulfate. Sulfite to sulfate. Okay, so this you will do it for your homework. You try yourself to balance this equation. Then we have another one. The fourth one is SN2 positive to SN4 positive, stannous to stannic. Okay, so these are going to be the properties of K2Cr2O7. Then we go on to the structure of chromate and dichromate ions. When we looking at the structure of chromate ion, structure with all the oxygens bonded to the central chromium ion, right? And the color of this, that is going to be yellow. Whereas when we're looking at the dichromate structure, there is going to be a bridging oxygen which is present. In this case, all the bond lengths, they are going to be same. Remember this. ठीक है? पर जब हम dichromate करते हैं, there is going to be slight change in bond lengths. When we're doing the structure of dichromate ion, in case of dichromate ion, there is going to be a bridging oxygen which is present. Right? So यहाँ पे हमारे पास क्या आएगा? This is 126 degrees. We have 179 picometers. Okay, the bond length in this case, that is a little less, 163 picometers. So these are the structures of chromate and dichromate. Then finally we come to uses. First use likho. It is used in dyeing and printing. Dyeing and printing. It is also used in tanning industry. Right? Tanning industry. Then it is also used in the preparation of large number of chromium compounds, like we have chrome red. Chrome red is PbCrO4. This is chrome red, and chrome yellow. Chrome yellow, that is PbCrO4. It's a double salt dot PbO. So this is chrome red and that is chrome yellow. And its most important is it is used in volumetric titrations. It is used in volumetric titrations. Okay? And we've just done that it is one of the best oxidizing and a very strong oxidizing agent, K2Cr2O7. Then we go on to the second compound, which is KMnO4. KMnO4. KMnO4 is again a very good oxidizing agent, plus it is also used as a self-indicator because of its intense purple color. ठीक है? So जब हम KMnO4 करते हैं, it is prepared by pyrolusite ore. It is prepared by pyrolusite ore. Pyrolusite is MnO2, manganese dioxide. What are the steps to the preparation? The first step over here is that the pyrolusite ore that is subjected to an alkali, similarly जैसे हमने K2Cr2O7 prepare करा था, in presence of oxygen, to give us a green color manganate ion. A green color manganate ion, which is K2MnO4. ठीक है? And plus it is going to give us water. So ये जो green color का हमारे पास बना, this is known as manganate ion. This green colored ion is then going to be chlorinated. It is subjected to chlorine. When it gets converted into KMnO4, right? It is going to be, KCl. Subjected to chlorination when we are going to get purple color KMnO4. Okay? So this is how you're going to prepare it. Now when we are doing the properties, इसकी जो properties होगी, first property is again it's dark intense color. Dark intense purple color, and it is going to be again readily soluble in water. It is readily soluble in water. When we are looking at the oxidizing character, as we had studied in case of K2Cr2O7, तो वहाँ पे जो oxidizing character था, that we only studied in the acidic medium. यहाँ पे this behaves as an oxidizing character or as an oxidizing agent in all three mediums, whether we are taking neutral, we are taking alkaline, or we are taking acidic. And you will see that in all the three cases, the equivalent weight of KMnO4 that is going to change. Okay? So let's understand this. Let's go on to the first kind of solution which we are taking. Which is a neutral solution. In case of neutral solution, the ionic reaction that is going to be, first of all we say that MnO4 negative in neutral solution that gets converted to MnO2, manganese dioxide. So let's balance this equation over here and see what is going to be the electron exchange. यहाँ पे +7 is the oxidation state, and यहाँ पे it is +4. So the number of electron exchange which is taking place over here, that is going to be +3. ठीक है? And then you balance the number of oxygens. We have 2H2O. There are 2 oxygen, 4 over here. तो उतने number of water molecules आप opposite side लगाओगे, and we are going to get over here 4H positive. So in case of neutral solution, if you are calculating the equivalent weight, that is going to be equal to molecular mass divided by 3. ठीक है? KMnO4 का जो molecular weight होता है, that is 158. So 158 divided by 3, that becomes equal to approximately 52.67. Right? Now it is seen that in alkaline solution, in case of alkaline solution, again the total mass, the total electron exchange will be 3. Okay, but over here, because there is alkaline medium which is taking place, so the above reaction that is going to change a little. We are going to have MnO4 negative plus 2H2O plus 3 electrons to give us MnO2. And plus we are going to get over here 4OH negative. Right? And then lastly in the acidic medium. In case of acidic medium when we are talking, it is seen that MnO4 negative gets converted to Mn2 positive. So let's see what is the electron exchange. यहाँ पे आ गया +7 से +2. There are going to be 5 electron exchange which is taking place over here, and we get over here 4H2O plus 8H positive. Okay, so this is the balanced equation. So when we are looking at the equivalent weight in this case, that is going to be equal to what? Molecular weight divided by 5. So please, when you look doing your multiple choice questions with KMNO4, do remember that in this case the equivalent weight that is going to be calculated in different manners. Acidic में आपने 5 के साथ डिवाइड करना है और alkaline और neutral में आपने 3 के साथ डिवाइड करना है. Okay, so again the molecular weight that is equal to 158 divided by 5. So the equivalent weight that comes equal to 31.6. So let's discuss a few of the reactions. सबसे पहले we are going to discuss in acidified KMNO4. Half reactions in both the cases they are going to be different. Okay, so acidic medium में हम लोग पहले क्या कर रहे हैं? We are converting Fe2 positive, which is green in color, to Fe3 positive, which is yellow in color. So the color over here during titration is going to change from green to yellow. ठीक है? So हमारे पास यहाँ पे आप उसी तरह से हाफ रिएक्शंस लिखोगे जैसे हमने K2Cr2O7 में लिखा. Fe2 positive that is going to change to Fe3 positive and there is going to be -1 electron. Acidic medium में कर रहे हैं हम रिएक्शन, so हमारी सेकेंड हाफ रिएक्शन क्या होगी? MnO4 negative plus 8H positive to give us plus 5 electrons to give us what? Mn2 positive plus 4H2O. ठीक है? So you cross multiply, इसको आप into 5 करोगे. Okay, so then you can calculate the overall reaction. What it is going to be? 5 Fe2 positive plus MnO4 negative plus 8H positive to give us Mn2 positive plus 5 Fe3 positive plus 4H2. Got it? So in a similar manner you can also try the other one, that is iodide to iodine. So the next which you want to try on your own, that is going to be iodide to iodine. ठीक है? This is the second one. Third one is acidic medium में कर रहे हैं सारे. Third one that is going to be S2 negative to sulfur. ठीक है? And the fourth one is oxalic acid to carbon dioxide. So these are the three oxidation reactions which we are going to try. And also in a similar manner you can try in alkaline medium. I have already given you the half reaction over here. In case of alkaline medium, you are going to try iodide to iodate. If you cannot memorize the reactions, this is a better way to do it. Half reactions karke and then you can do them easily. When we are looking at the uses, again, its best use is that it is used as a self-indicator. And the second use is that it is going to be used as an oxidizing agent. It is used as an oxidizing agent. ठीक है? Now over here we again come across two structures that is, there is one more thing which you need to remember over here, that KMNO4 that is known as Bayer's reagent. It is used as an oxidizing agent in many of the organic reactions. ठीक है? Then whenever we are taking over here acidified KMNO4, this acidified KMNO4, that is the titrations, can only take place in presence of sulfuric acid, which means in order to acidify KMNO4, the only acid which we can use is H2SO4. We cannot use HCl and HNO3. The reason behind that is when we are using HCl, so in that case there is partly KMnO4 is also used to oxidize chlorine. So we do not get perfect results during titrations. And secondly, HNO3 cannot be used because HNO3 itself is a very strong oxidizing agent. Right? Again, during titrations we will not get perfect results. So acidification of KMnO4 can only be done with H2SO4. Got it? Then we have the structure of both manganate and permanganate ions we are going to do. The first one is MnO4 2 negative, which is green in color, permanganate. The structure is tetrahedral with 2 negative signs on these 2 oxygens over here. Okay? This is going to be MnO4 2 negative, which is green. This is the manganate ion. Manganate ion, and permanganate ion has the following structure. This is going to be purple in color. Right? Now, sometimes what happens is, in your practicals, there's one question which is asked, why is the manganate ion intense purple in color? Right? You need to remember that the intense purple color of manganate ion is not due to DB transitions, because otherwise we had studied that the color in the compounds that is due to DD transition. Okay? Over here it is not due to DD transition. That is because in this case manganese is going to have an electronic configuration of 3d0. So if there are no electrons present in D, there is going to be no DD transition. So how does it get the color? The color is because of a momentary transfer in charge. Okay? There is going to be a momentary transfer in charge. Why? Because it is seen that there is going to be a decrease of oxidation number from +1 to +7. +7 to +6. If you're looking at the oxidation number over here, the oxidation number of manganese, that is +6. And when we're looking over here, that is +7. Okay? So when the charge transfer is going to take place, the charge transfer is taking place how? It is taking place from oxygen to manganese. You can see over here that there is a single bond and a negative charge which is present over here. This charge transfer, the momentary charge transfer which takes place from oxygen to manganese over here. Charge transfer takes place from oxygen to manganese. This is going to give color to potassium permanganate. Is it clear? So this is all about D block now. We're going to start with F block. F block is a very small topic. It's not a very big topic. I think we should finish it in 2 lectures max. Okay? And then we go on to coordinate.